Niger, about 120 million years ago. This desiccated lagoon, which was once surrounded by forests and abundant vegetation, is now characterized by a bed that is enveloped in the verdant growth that previously adorned its banks. Nigersaurus, a herbivorous sauropod. The Nigersaurus possessed a fragile skull, with the total bone area linking the muzzle to the posterior part of the skull measuring about 0.16 square inches. Nevertheless, this skull demonstrated resilience against prolonged shearing forces exerted by the teeth. A distinctive characteristic of this sauropod was its closed nasal openings, with the bony nostrils exhibiting an elongated shape. While the complete structure of the nasal bones remains partially understood, it seems that the anterior edge of the bony nostril was situated nearer to the snout. Nigersaurus has been proposed as a ground-level, non-selective browser. The broadness of its muzzle and the lateral arrangement of its tooth row indicate that this sauropod was capable of gathering a substantial amount of food and cropping it close to the ground, within approximately 3 feet and 3 inches of the surface. This assertion is further corroborated by the presence of wear facets on the externally facing side of the upper teeth, suggesting that the animal's teeth experienced wear from the food or substrate during feeding. Additionally, Nigersaurus exhibits signs of low-angle wear between its teeth on the inner surfaces of the maxillary crowns, implying that its jaw movements were restricted to precise vertical motions. The elongated teeth had slightly curved, oval crowns with prominent midline and side ridges. Lower jaw teeth were possibly 20 to 30% smaller than those in the upper jaw, but only a few specimens exist, and their maturity is uncertain. Aside from size, the teeth were identical. Each functional tooth had a column of 9 replacement teeth, totaling over 500 active and replacement teeth across 68 columns in the upper jaw and 60 in the lower jaw, similar to hadrosaurs and ceratopsians. Nigersaurus fossils have been found in Niger in the Elraz Formation. The name of the Nigersaurus translates to Niger reptile, while the specific name is a tribute to the paleontologist Philippe Taquet, who was responsible for the discovery of the initial remains. The Nigersaurus was a quadruped, indicating that it moved on all fours. Nevertheless, its legs were comparatively short relative to its body size. It is believed that it was skilled at standing on its hind legs to access elevated vegetation. Nigersaurus is not the only inhabitant of the desiccated lagoon. Suchomimus, a piscivorous spinosaurid. Suchomimus sported a skull that resembled that of a crocodile, featuring a long, flat snout and slender jaws created by the forward extension of the premaxillae, the bones at the front of the snout, and the back part of the maxillae, the main upper jaw bone. The premaxillae had an upward extension that separated the maxillae from the external nares, the bony nostrils. Its jaws were lined with around 122 conical teeth that were pointed but not overly sharp, curving slightly backward and adorned with fine serrations and wrinkled enamel. The neck of Suchomimus was comparatively short yet robust, characterized by well-developed neck muscles. It possessed approximately 16 dorsal vertebrae. Notably, Suchomimus featured prominently elongated neural spines, blade-like upward projections on the vertebrae that were particularly extended towards the posterior region. Among the 5 sacral vertebrae, these neural spines were the most elongated. This elongation persisted along the midsection of the tail. Suchomimus fossils have been found in Niger in the Elraz Formation. The generic name suchomimus, meaning crocodile mimic, originates from the ancient Greek word suchos, which translates to crocodile, and mimos, meaning mimic, reflecting the distinctive shape of the creature's head. The specific name tenerensis is derived from the Tenor Desert, the location where this species was discovered. Suchomimus was predominantly a bipedal dinosaur, indicating that it moved or sprinted on its two hind limbs. Similar to all spinosaurs, its diet mainly comprised of fish. Its elongated, slender snout and pointed, hook-shaped teeth were particularly suited for seizing its prey. The Nigersauruses seem to have noticed the Suchomimus pair trailing them and start to retreat cautiously to evade detection of an escape. This prompts the Suchomimus to pursue, albeit at a slower pace, in an attempt to ambush the Nigersauruses. The Nigersaurus hastily flee from the parched lagoon, closely pursued by a Suchomimus. The other Suchomimus remains positioned near a small pond, patiently awaiting its role in the plan. The plan unfolds flawlessly. Initially, one Suchomimus isolates a Nigersaurus from the group, and subsequently, the second Suchomimus pursues and successfully eliminates it. Now the pair can enjoy a meal after dragging the Nigersaurus out of the water.